Good morning. The next topic we are going to learn is torque. Represented by torque. So what is actually a torque? A torque is a quantity which is given by to what extent the force acting on a body is able to rotate the body. So that means it's actually a measure of the force acting on a body. So to what extent that force can rotate the body, that is given by the symbol torque, or that is given by the quantity torque. How much a force acting on a body rotates the same body. So the torque due to a force F acting on a body, acting on a particle at a position vector R is given by torque tau is equal to R cross F. This is actually moment of linear force. Angular momentum is actually moment of linear momentum, and this torque is actually moment of linear force. Torque is also a rotational quantity and it is a vector. That the direction of this vector is always perpendicular to both the plane containing both the R and F. That is, this torque tau is perpendicular to both the R and F. So here also we can use different methods. As we can see, we have seen that different methods for this angular momentum. Here also we can use different methods. And here is the origin. And our position vector of the particle is some R, and the force acting, let it be in this direction. This is the force. So the similar way, we have earlier taken this as momentum to find the angular momentum. Here we are taking the force here. This is also a vector quantity. So what we can do here, we can extend this R in the same direction. This is again R, and this is the angle theta. So this angle is 180 minus theta. So the first method, you can see that we are drawing some R perpendicular towards the F vector. That is, we can draw R perpendicular. From here we can draw R perpendicular. This is 90 degree. So this is R perpendicular R, and this angle is 180 minus theta. What is the torque here? R cross F sin theta. So here, which is equal to R modulus F sin theta. Since it is xy plane, and you can see that the R is in this direction, F is in this direction. So the torque is out of the plane since it is xy plane. So this is in the head cap direction. This is actually representing the R cross F sin theta. So we can take this is 180 minus theta here. So we can take sin 180 minus theta, which is equal to sin theta. From figure, what is sin theta? Sin 180 minus theta. Sin 180 minus theta is nothing but R perpendicular by what is R perpendicular by, this is the hypotenuse R. So R perpendicular is equal to R sin theta. So here this is the equation 1. So this is 2, we can substitute 2 in 1, then we will get tau is equal to R sin theta can be represented by R perpendicular, that is R perpendicular F sin R perpendicular F into F. This is the same thing, the same way we are doing this as we did in the case of angular momentum. The same notation, instead of P we will get F here. So since it is xy plane, you will get out of the plane. So what is the other way? How we will get the F perpendicular thing? So for that, what we did, we just draw a perpendicular from here, this F vector to this R vector. This is the 90 degree, so this is F perpendicular. So we are taking again sin 180 minus theta. Sin 180 minus theta here is F perpendicular by F. That you can do, that F perpendicular by F. So F perpendicular is equal to F sin theta. So we can replace F sin theta as F perpendicular. That is here also sin 180 minus theta is sin theta, which is equal to F perpendicular by F. So F into sin theta will be equal to F perpendicular. Torque tau, which is equal to in the k direction. So either this is R perpendicular Fk or F perpendicular. This is the two mode we can visualize the angular momentum, visualize the torque here. As in the case of angular momentum, we have done the same approach to visualize the angular momentum. So we can use the same approach here to visualize the torque. We can consider then two particles, like it will be some m1 particle is here. Force acting on this particle is F here, F1. This is R1. So another particle here, that is M2. This is R2. Force acting is in this direction. This is the force, F2. So you can see that in the case of M1, particle M1, what is the direction of torque here? That we can extend this R1 here, this is R1, then this is theta. So that direction is from R cross F, so the direction is out of the plane. Here this is the position vector, so we can extend this. Okay, so this is the angle here. So this is the R direction, R2 direction. This is the R2 direction, then R2 cross F2. R2 in this direction, F2 in this direction. So R2 cross F2 means the direction of the torque is into the plane. So for this particle, the torque is acting out of the plane. For this particle, the torque is acting into the plane. That is, since the F is in the opposite, in the direction downward, the torque acting here is into the plane. Here the torque acting is out of the plane. That is, the direction of torque can be different. If the same magnitude force acting in the different direction means the torque also acting in the different directions. So 3 points we have to be noted. One is, the force and torque are entirely different quantities. There can be torque on the system with zero net force. So if the torque is there, but the net force on the particle can be zero, but there will be some torque. Or in the reverse case, there may be zero torque with the net force. There can be torque with zero net force. There can be force with zero net torque. How that will be obtained? How we will obtain these two conditions? Force can be zero, but there will be torque. Torque can be zero, but there will be force. So consider a system of mass or whatever it is. So this is a circular motion. So this is the R vector. So we are rotating this whatever it is, we are rotating this system of particles or mass. So the force acting here is in this direction and the force acting here is in this direction. Here the R is from here, this is the about the axis is here. So here again you will have this R here. So what is the net force here? The net force that we can extend this R here. So R is in this direction, so F is in this direction, so the torque is into the plane. Here also you can see the R is in this direction. So R is in this direction, you can see. We can extend this one. We can extend the R here. So this is the angle between. So R is in this direction, F is upward. R is in this direction, F is upward. So again the torque is into the plane. So here the torque is into the plane. Here also the torque is into the plane. So the net torque is 2 into, this is R cross F, both are perpendicular. So again this is R cross F, that is perpendicular, that is RF plus RF. So there will be a net force torque, but the net force is 0. Take the second picture. This is R. So the force here F downward. Here also the force is in the downward direction. So here you can see this is RF. This direction is into the plane. So here what we can extend this R here. So this is the angle between. So this is R cross F. That means here this torque is acting out of the plane, that is R cross F. Here the torque is acting R cross F means that is into the plane. So here out of the plane, here into the plane. So we can write the net force is equal to, what is the net force? That is 2F. What is the net torque? Which is equal to 0. So there can be torque with net force 0. There can be force with net torque 0. So if you are exerting the pressure force only in one direction, say this direction, means here force is there. What is the net force? Net force is equal to F. Net torque. What is torque here? R cross F, that is out of the plane, that is RF. Capital RF. Force is there, force and the torque both are present. Here no torque, here no force. These are the three representations. There may be this condition, there may be this condition, or there may be this condition. So these three conditions will be there. This torque can be also defined as the rate of change of angular momentum. You can see that the force can be represented by a rate of change of linear momentum. That is how linear momentum is actually P, that is mv. So if you are taking rate of change dp by dt, that means m into dv by dt. dv by dt is nothing but the acceleration. So rate of change, this is actually force. So the rate of change of linear momentum is force. That is, L can be represented by R cross P. So dl by dt, which is equal to d by dt of R cross P, which is equal to R cross dp by dt plus dr by dt cross p, which is equal to, what is dp by dt? dp by dt is nothing but the force. Okay, dp by dt, rate of change of linear momentum here, that is R cross F here, plus dr by dt is velocity, cross p is mv. You can see that v cross m into v cross v will goes to 0. So the only quantity here is R cross F. What is R cross F? R cross F is nothing but torque. So torque can be represented as rate of change of linear moment. Torque can be represented as rate of change of linear moment. So if L is a constant, that means if angular momentum is a constant, that is if angular momentum is conserved, then the torque acting on the body will be 0. If the angular momentum is conserved, then the torque acting on the body will be 0. That means there is no change in the, if there is no change in the angular momentum with respect to time, then the torque acting on the body will be 0. That's all for now. Next we can take some examples for torque. Different examples for torque acting, or to find the torque acting on a body using different examples that we can take in the next class. Now we can stop. Thank you.